Hello and welcome in another video where we go into details about developing new software solutions. Today's topic is estimation. We'll show you different ways of project estimating and share some insights on how we do it here at Boostai. I'm sure you'll find these information useful and they will guide you to a successful product development. Software project estimation is one of the first steps to validate your new product idea. It's the document based on which you're going to choose a software provider. Unfortunately, very often these estimates are nowhere near realistic. That's why we kept working on our estimating process until we achieved the most accurate estimates, and now we want to share how we do it. Let's start with understanding what software project estimation actually is and why it's so important for our project development process. The go or no-go decision on developing a new product often depends on the estimation. These types of projects tend to be significant to the budget and resources distribution. That's why getting an estimation and comparing it to your financial capabilities is a natural part of the process. A typical software project estimation consists of cost estimation, resources estimation, and effort estimation. Estimation focuses on team composition and the amount of work in man-hours needed to be done in order to deliver a project. The main reason for estimating is to avoid situation when the project exceeds the budget maximum or the expenses are higher than the profits expected from the finished product. The basis of each of these methods is always project requirement specification. To estimate a project correctly, we need to move past the evaluating stage. The documentation with mapped out features and architecture is our guideline. Based on the list of functionalities from the document, we can focus on estimating the whole project. Project management practices consist of a few methods of software project estimation. They all have their pros and cons and tend to work better on some projects than the other. There's a top-down estimate where the starting point is the maximum budget value and the goal is to estimate features within the limit. A reverse bottom-up method focuses on dividing project into smallest possible elements. Each element is estimated separately and the combined number of all individual parts of the project is the final value of the project estimation. There's a lot of different ways to estimate a project. Here at Boostai, we prefer a combination of parametric estimation and three-point estimating method. Over the years, we've managed to adjust our estimating process to make it as accurate and effective as possible. We use three-point estimating that combines three values: optimistic, most likely, and pessimistic. By using the equation to compute PERT, program evaluation and review technique, we're able to get the most accurate results. The estimation is based on the formula when estimate equals optimistic, most likely, and pessimistic value divided by 3. We calculate the values based on the parametric estimation, where our experience from previous projects and implementations are our source of our comparison. The first value we establish is the optimistic scenario. There are certain variables that influence the estimation, like our past implementations of this module, the number of details about the feature in the documentation, the dependence of the model of other features. If a module had been delivered before by someone in our team in the previous project, we're able to assume it might take us a similar time to deliver the same feature again. We're able to estimate the most probable scenario when we have a significant amount of data about the module. Usually, the most likely value assumes that there might be a need for some adjustments due to lack of initial information. We often count the unit cost from previous implementation and scale it to the new project requirements. It's more accurate than simply copying the numbers from previous projects. 3-point estimating method is so accurate because it also takes into consideration the pessimistic scenario. Just like I mentioned before, there are variables that influence the time of the implementation. If the requirement specification is vague, the difference between the optimistic and pessimistic value is going to be significant. However, with the right documentation, those numbers are very close to each other. Program evaluation and review technique, also known as PERT, is the form of triangular distribution, where, like I said before, estimate equals optimistic, most likely, and pessimistic value divided by 3. It focuses on the 3 values and measures the average time for each functionality. Instead of getting one most likely value, we're getting a more accurate number that has been calculated based on experience and historical data. It's important to mention that the accuracy of the estimation is purely based on the quality of requirements documentation specification. The more vague the documentation is, the bigger the difference between the optimistic and pessimistic value is going to be. Our estimating process takes into account this possibility. However, the estimation is always going to be more accurate with the properly prepared documentation beforehand. In the ideal world, the client delivers software requirement specification and we prepare software project estimate based on the information from the document. We all know the world is not ideal though. That's why we're also prepared to create an estimation based on our conversation with the client and an initial list of functionalities. For a project without documentation provided, we can create a system architecture proposal. We show the sample of the possible solution and base our estimate on that. Software project estimation is like having an opinion. Everyone can have a different one. The approach depends on our experience and the amount of available information. Many companies minimize project estimation to save the time of its employees. At the end, the client is left unsatisfied and often with an unfinished product. We learned that taking the time to truly evaluate the idea and proposing the most accurate estimation is a win-win approach in the long run. Thank you for joining me today. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more of this type of content. See you soon.